I love the intro.
That was for you, Vic. That's a classical right there.
Oh, that was a surprise, guys.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys, welcome to. I almost said Statue Tuesday, but today's Thursday. It's interesting.
You're a little off, my friend.
Little off. But good to be back, and freaking glad to have some special guests with us, Martin and Victor from Superkraft, and also Mr. Free Shipping, Vision, Dion, and Jarrett. And thank you guys for joining in tonight. And we're going to talk about a little bit of statues, like I guess one statue in particular, right? maybe a second one, maybe a third one, but we'll see. But Martin, like, how's your day? How you been, man?
It's good. It's quite early here in Singapore, and we just had a launch, actually, the pre-launch of our Transformer statue in the website yesterday. So quite excited to tell you guys more about the statue and about the company. And of course, thanks for having us, and thanks for being here, guys.
Hell yeah. Thanks for joining in, man. And we're talking backstage for a good like half an hour. I was like, we should just press record right now or something. Yeah, but great to have you. And like you said, we'll talk a little bit about the statue coming up. And Victor, man, I got to meet this guy at New York Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con, and now he's saying like he's gonna ship me to Singapore like next week or something. So yeah, no kidding. Victor, how's your day? How you been, man?
I got the box ready, so anytime you just throw in a couple of cushions, man, and then we got you. I bought some insurance too, just in case. Pretty good. I mean, like we were up pretty late last night, just kind of like monitoring the sales and to make sure that everything on the website was doing well. And we're pretty excited today for the public launch in the next 12 hours. Yeah, and then we are also going to be kind of like working through the team to make sure that we answer any questions from the customer service side, because we've been receiving a lot of them online on the socials already. So trying to get as many questions answered, trying to reach out to as many fans as possible during this period. Yeah, and that's why we're here, right? We want to introduce a bit about the company, a bit about us. We're super new. In the statue space, right? But the people that form the team are not, right? These guys have been around for a while, and we bring a whole bunch of a lot of experience, a lot of history, right? Into kind of like Supercraft for us. So yeah, happy to be on the show. Thanks, Steve, for doing this, man, and nice to meet all you guys.
Awesome, Victor. And like I was talking to Martin, I showed them the XM pieces I have, and man, like salute to this guy. If you guys only knew what he was working on, or what he's worked on, Don, you probably have everything he's worked on. So he's a legit guy.
I've seen some on the back.
Yeah,
you see some in the back, right?
Yeah. I see the main one there.
Top left.
Which one is that?
Well, one of them is Dark Phoenix. I think one of my early pieces with XM.
That is the best statue I feel of all time. And I'm not saying this because you guys are here, because I say it all the time, but that's one of my favorite statues ever.
Oh, so
I've never heard him say that one time.
No,
never.
Just
a heads up. Just a heads up.
He's just saying that.
He said it live, so
I've said it numerous times.
You're off to get great start then. It's an honor to hear. Thanks.
But Vision, man, how's your day? How's your week been so far?
Week's been good. Did an unboxing. I got Grim Knight, so I had to do that like late last night. And I just got done cutting my hair, so I don't want to be dusty on your show on the Thursday show.
Thank you. Vision, the setup's looking good, man. I haven't seen it since like I left for a little bit. It's looking good, man.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's alright. It's alright.
Oh wow.
I like how you.
It's bigger, and it feels like I'm happy. I don't know. I gotta explain, but it's fun being here now.
I like how you're mixing up the sections, man. Like they don't like even out, so it's looks pretty cool, spread out.
Yeah. I actually designed it myself. I built everything myself, and like there's light boxes up here, down here, so you can actually change the colors and stuff like that. And all this actually shifts, so it's actually modular. I try to make it as modular as possible.
Oh, when I see a really heavy piece there, man.
Yeah, my first piece. Well, it's heavy for like Jarhead, but
Well, don't let Vision Tech get too big. You know, he's gonna tear down the house and build a whole new house or something. But good seeing you, man. I haven't seen you in a while, so good seeing you. Diane, man, how's your day? How's your week been, man?
The day has been pretty good. I got 2 new packages. It's always nice to have packages on your doorstep. The week has been, I mean, it's average. Been to work. It's a busy season for me at work, so it started to slow down now. So that's all good. Glad to be here. I met Victor at both cons. Picked your brain a little bit, or maybe a little bit too much. But no, I'm glad to be here.
Awesome, man. Great to have you. Yeah, the freaking DMV area where we live, it's just with politics and everything going on, it's just a cluster of everything. So yeah, it's dying down now. Nothing too crazy. Yeah. Well, great seeing you again, Dion, and yeah, hopefully you have the questions loaded up for these guys.
Yep, I'm trying to get some now.
You're good. Jarhead, how about you, man? How's your day? How's your week, man?
Not too bad, man. I started going back to the gym, so I'm a little sore right now. So next time, when I see a little guy over there, I'm gonna have to show off. So, but I just been going back to the gym and just trying to get better. So.
Jesus, that's good, man. See that you didn't bring any statues to the show, so
I don't bring statues to the hotel.
Nah, you're good. But yeah, I just wanted to give everyone an introduction. But Martin and Victor, I am gonna bring up some things. But first topic of today, like you said earlier, like you guys are a new company, new everything, new to the statue world. What is Superkraft exactly?
Martin, you want to do this?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, like, we started Superkraft because a lot of us are statue lovers. You know, we collect statues. You know, am I muted? Okay. Okay.
You're good.
Okay. Yeah. So we love statues. You know, we love kind of like collecting statues, and we wanted to create something a little different for the market. We wanted to create something that we as collectors would love to actually own, you know, and things that you don't really see right now on the market. And we wanted to take it a notch up, make it a little different, right? In that, can we actually create a slightly more luxury type of statue, you know, that would be extremely limited, and try and change up a bit of what you see on the statue, such that it would be really unique within your collection, because there's a lot of statues in the world. You know, how do we differentiate our statue from others, right? At the same time, also making sure that we focus on a bit of the quality and a bit of the finish, to make sure that what you get in your hands is going to be as close as possible, to what you see in the prototype, right? I think those are some of the things that we started out with. Martin, you wanna add on?
Yeah, I think what Victor say is correct. The Superkraft guys have been in the industry for quite some time, so we wanted to present something different, but we also want to make something that is familiar, something classic, and something that is evergreen. So which is why the first product that we choose, we hope reflect what we are passionate about, which is an IP that has a lot of legacy, 40 years of viewership, classic G1 Transformers. But also at the same time, we try to present something new in terms of customization, one of a kind version, which we will explain later. And also having an Easter egg here and there to give a reference to the collector, so when they see it, you're gonna remember the old days or the old stories of the cartoon. So yeah, that's where we're coming from.
Okay. So I think the other thing, just to add on, is also that we don't want to be churning out like just a whole ton of statues, man, guys, because I don't think that's going to be the core of what we want to do. I think what we want to do is make sure that we're showing you concepts of very unique statues. We're gonna make sure that we keep them regular, but not at a crazy pace, so that we have enough time internally to make sure that we maintain the quality of the pieces that we do. yeah, so I think you're gonna see that we have a very exciting pipeline coming up. I'm super excited. Can't share everything today, but we'll share a little of what's coming up later on in the show. Yeah. So back to you, Steve.
A little bit of a tease, right? A little bit of a mixture of like nostalgia, a little bit of mixture of like you see like a little bit of work from like it looks like other companies worked on this one, so a little bit of that, and just like this is a great starter, by the way. This is like I know when I asked Diane about this like earlier, he was like, I got the email, man. So like I'm looking at it right now. I was like, how about you guys, Jarhead, Diane, and Vision? You guys got like anything on for Victor or Martin for right now?
So the concept of this piece, regardless of how cool the rest of it is, the characters that you chosen and all that other stuff, the concept alone, I think, is enough to drive enough interest in it. I mean, I don't think that this has really been done before. The only thing that's probably even the closest to it is some of the busts that PCS is doing, but even that is on a different level than this a little bit. So just kudos to you guys for coming up with something original, because everybody nowadays is coming out with the same stuff. Batman, X-Men, even though I'm an X-Men collector. So
I saw some pictures of Batman, right? I know you saw the Batman. I know Batman coming. I saw the picture. Oh, is that Batman?
But no, just kudos to you guys for coming out with something original, because this is definitely original.
Thanks
so much.
Yeah, I guess to follow up with that, like it was part of the questions, but we're here now. Like, what made you guys start with like a diorama over like a popular scale, like quarter scale or a smaller scale and stuff like that? What made you guys go like full diorama piece as the first one?
Yeah, I think it coincides with the 40th years anniversary of Transformers, right? So it's something. It started in 1984. Actually, the year where I was born. But it started a long time ago, and then the legacy lives on until today. And basically, what do we want to do to represent this legacy, right? So this piece, to me at least, to the creators, we wanted to represent the G1 continuity in one single piece. So you can see Optimus is a symbol of Autobots, right? So he is half transforming into the symbol, but he's also the symbol of the planet Cybertron. So we want to represent this first and foremost, which is why you see a very big figure of him at the back, overseeing the new generation of leaders. In this case, is Rodimus Prime, of course, and the other bots from the G1 cartoon, of course. And of course, in terms of size, right, we want to do something big, but not too big to overpower or take too much space. And we try to be conscious on this matter as well. So it's 68 centimeters, but it should be just the right size to fill your collection.
Yeah, I think you guys have seen it height-wise. It's kind of comfortable. It's a little thick, right? I think that's because of the depth that we have, for Cybertron and also for kind of like the arc and everything. But I think like height-wise, we compared it across to a lot of statues in the market, right? At the same time, also making sure that it's something that that we could fit into our own homes. But no, but I think it's a comfortable kind of like a size for us. And I think like just to add on to what Martin has said, you guys have heard me say this, at all the cons, right? This piece, is meant to talk about our childhoods, right? A bit of like of just a tribute to all the fans, that have been watching Transformers, playing with Transformers throughout. You'll notice that our Transformers look like they could be played with. I really like that feeling when you see like Rod, you see like Grim, like you just want to pick it up and just like transform him, but you can't. So that's a bit of like some of the qualities that I really like about the concept. When Martin first came up with it. I'll stop there. Please feel free to ask questions, guys.
Yeah. So like I just wanted to give an introduction first with what is Superkraft exactly, and then I feel like since I got the Transformers piece out, in front of everybody, everyone's just like, but that's coming up next. But other than that, Superkraft is like a new company under another company called Mighty Jacks. So just to differentiate those two, those are two different like entities.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah.
So Supercraft is actually a team within a larger company called Mighty Jacks. Mighty Jacks is a 10-year-old company that specializes in doing designer collectible toys, right? So the company itself, we used to we are still doing, we're still in the business of taking essentially IP, right? Any kind of IP. We work with some of the largest IPs in the world. Everyone. DC, we don't have, the only thing that we don't work with is Marvel. We have Disney, DC, we have a lot of Japanese anime, we have a lot of online streaming platforms. So a lot of the content and IP that you see globally, we do have the IP for that. What we do is we take that and we convert them into collectible pieces, right? Ranging in price from $5 to $6 all the way to about $8,000. Right, so that kind of like spreads out a demographic across different price points, different ages, and also across different IPs. Today we ship to more than 90 countries. So Mighty Jacks currently today is in 4 different regions. We're in North America, we're in Europe, North Asia, and also Southeast Asia. Right, we have fans from all over. Our top selling items are our blind boxes today, led by a lot of our anime titles like Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece. One Piece is really killing it for us. I think like we're into like seven releases of blind boxes. We have a lot of different One Piece characters. We work with like large Japanese IPs like Sanrio, and a lot more, man. It's just too much, right? So I think for us, that is the core business, which is why we have a bit of the luxury of being able to create a separate business. In this case, just for statues, right? And that's why we're not burdened by having to have a massive statue pipeline. I'm going to do like 50 statues this year and kill the team, right? I think for us, we want to do just enough, to make sure that the team itself is able to keep the quality in check, right? And making sure that we're always coming up with fresh concepts, So this is I think something different about us, we operate as 2 distinct units, but we do benefit from a lot of the licenses that Mighty Jacks already has. Right, so like Transformers is something. So we've been working with Hasbro for 6, 7, 8 years. All across the portfolio. We have My Little Pony. We do like Transformers also on the Mighty Jack side. We have DC. Just a hit. And a whole bunch of others. Right. So I think that's kind of like how why we're different from a lot of the companies in the space. And that's why we also believe that we are able to get into different markets and also into different types of fandoms too. So yeah, that's kind of like, I hope that's a good kind of explanation around who we are. We are gonna be building up the brand a little bit more along the way. We've been focused a lot on the product today, but we're gonna start building up the brand alongside it and making sure that we create Supercraft as a distinct entity that can coexist alongside all the other great statue companies currently in existence.
Yeah,
Victor.
What?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Steve.
No, really quick. Like I do appreciate how you I know a lot of people asked who makes this, and for the longest time it was like Mighty Jacks makes it. Mighty Jacks makes it. But then recently like Supercraft, we come to find out that name, so it's good to differentiate it now, so people don't get it mixed up. But thank you for clearing that up.
No, yeah, and also the teams themselves. We made sure that for Supercraft we hired folks that were from the industry, folks that folks whose work that we love. I've been a big fan of Martin's stuff. Just like you guys for a while. And it's great that we have him full time on team to just be working with us on cool new concepts.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got just 2 questions for you. One in particular for you, Victor, because I heard what you just said about like the childhood nostalgia piece of it, and having it look like a toy that you can't really transform. I'm paraphrasing, but so the question that I have for you, because I've scoured looking at some of the groups and some of the critiques and some things and questions that people have had, and one of the questions was that I guess compared to the XM pieces, they look metallic, the XM pieces, but this one did not look metallic. So am I hearing you say that this is done on purpose to bring I guess awareness to the cartoon, or to Does that make
Okay,
sense?
it's this is slightly more creative, a more technical answer. I'll let Martin start the answer, and then I'll follow up on that. Martin.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Well, yes, I think it's also a homage to the cartoon, right? The how originally these characters are represented. But also at the same time, we want to create a little bit of contrast. So in the Paint app, actually, you see at the back, Optimus is, I mean, his body, his chest is a bit more metallic. So the robots are not painted metallic to make it, there's a slight difference there. Also, other pieces like the Matrix and everything is painted metallic. So we try to have like some sort of balance between metallic and not metallic to bring out the areas that we want to bring a bit more pop. So I think in terms of the complexity of the Paint app itself, right? Maybe we can show some pictures later of the close-ups where you can see that on the edges there's actually like some edge weathering, like chipping, or like some sort of a small battle damages. And yeah, we are doing this to basically represent the G1 the best way possible, the way that we think could be done. So yeah, that's the answer from my creative point of view.
Yeah. So I think like I think like if you
did
look
you want to add to it, Victor?
Yeah. I think like we the team really when we were going through the paint process, I still remember a lot of the comments that Martin and some of the teammates made during the process, right? In terms of like they really made the guy weather the the statue a lot, just to get kind of like this post battle effect. And I think like there's been a lot of comments around like that the robots themselves are not really authentic to the original like G1 robots. Why does it look so cartoony? Why does it look so not old, kind of new, but I'm not sure what it looks like. In my opinion, it just looks like a toy, right? It looks like something that we could play with, something that's kind of like a good blend between what we remember as the G1 characters. Like guys, like the Transformers robots have been transformed, like they have been evolved so many times that that some of it gets lost in translation. This is kind of like our version, right, of what we believe like a good toy-ish representation of the G1 characters would look like. So that's kind of like my interpretation when I saw it. I really loved it the first time that Martin showed the concepts, and the Paint app has really translated a lot of this out for us. So I hope that kind of that covers a bit of what you were trying to capture.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to hone in on the question, but no, you did cover it as far as whether or not it would be better to have it metallic, or what was your inspiration for it to look more toy-like and less metallic. A question that I had from the chat was, I think I know the answer to this, but I'll let you say it. Is there a Decepticon piece coming?
Dude, you are persistent, man. I mean, like, dude, like guys, I have to say this, man. I met him in San Diego. I met him in New York, man. He asked me the same question, guys.
No, I swear, they came from the chat. Did not ask that question.
Well, I can't really answer this, Martin. Okay. Martin, you wanna?
Well, I mean, logically,
it's okay. You can say TBD determined, or next week or next show.
Yeah,
not as a Superkraft person, right? If I'm not a Superkraft person, then it's definitely I'm a fan, and I would like to see a Decepticon version of this. And I think everyone knows what will be in the diorama. So we are looking into it, and we are making sure that if we are going with the second Decepticon diorama, it will be something that not just complement, but something that shows a little bit difference between the first and the second diorama. Well, a bit of tease that Cybertron is actually Primus, but Unicron is, the counterpart of Primus. So I leave it there.
Okay.
Awesome.
No more questions for JoJo, by the way. That's where that question came from. I swear it wasn't me this time. It wasn't me.
Well, thanks for explaining what Supercraft is, but I think everyone jumped the gun on the next topic. The next topic was going to be Transformers. I had like a little special video for it too, but everyone got excited. So let me play this video and then we'll get to Transformers.
Now, light our darkest hour.
That's the only song. What's his name? Victor was singing during the Comic Cons.
Dude, did you know on day 4 of New York Comic Con, like before even like 11 p.m., like at least 4 guys came over, looked at the statue, and sang the song to me.
Really? Yeah.
I was like,
That's
wow.
amazing.
Good morning, guys. You guys are happy?
Love to see it.
That's something that you should get on like video on camera so you can, have it, show it.
So
Oh yeah.
let's talk about Transformers while this video from Mighty Jack's YouTube is playing. Like, if you guys want to talk all about Transformers, I'll show the pictures right after this video. But like, while this video is playing, let's talk about Transformers. What do you guys got to say for Transformers?
You want to lead, Victor? Or...
Oh, is it us? Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, you guys have all seen this, and you all heard the same thing from me. This statue itself is essentially, what Martin was sharing, a summary of kind of like what happens from G1 to G going into G2, right? You'll see a lot of very interesting elements that we put in, especially from the big Optimus hovering at the back, just kind of looking at the next generation of leaders, right? He's looking at like Rod holding up Matrix. We wanted to create like the figures in a way which would look like they were victorious. They're posing in a like, hey, yeah, I did it kind of way. At the same time, you'll see there's a lot of little Easter eggs that we've hidden around the statue. I think I've shared this with you guys too. Like everything from the bottom to the back to the sides. I won't spoil it too much here, but yeah, there's a lot of different Easter eggs that Martin has hidden. So Martin, as an artist, what he does is he likes to hide like Easter eggs all over, right? And it's a conversation starter. It's a way to kind of like get the fans to understand a bit more about the products, and yeah, I think like for me, the Easter eggs are really kind of what brings me into the statue, and we start having a chat about it. I think was it you like Dion, like we spoke about the crystal at the back.
Yeah.
Of the and I had the same conversation with at least like 40 other guys. I think in New York only 10 people could recognize that, right? like the entire
I'm not
con.
surprised. A lot of people don't know what that is.
Yeah, I mean it only appears in 2 episodes, right? But hey, if you're hardcore, you're hardcore, man. So yeah, that's yeah. So the stuff like that, and I think for us, trying to make sure that we don't let down the legacy of what other companies have done in terms of Transformer statues, right? I've seen a lot of really great work from a lot of the other companies in the hero poses, a lot of them in transforming the bus. I think those are like guys that we cannot let down our community by doing something that's anything less than that, right? So I think minimally we want to make sure that we create a piece that will be exemplary in your living room. Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I'll stop there. I know it's a lot of the things I've been saying so far, but I would love to get your guys' thought also on what you think about what you're seeing.
Yeah, definitely. Jarhead, like, did you get a chance to see this at San Diego or New York by chance? Or?
I mean, I've seen the videos of it, and so I'm a really big advocate for diorama statues, man. I love diorama statues, and like. The fact that this is my childhood right here. I can recognize all those characters, and it's nice that I can buy one statue and be one and done. You know what I'm saying? Like I could buy all these statues and be set for a collection. I don't have to buy every single one, which I always enjoy that. I'll spend a little bit more money to do that rather than buy individual statues to get something like this. It's more impressive.
And you know, you just said the words that came out of my mouth during the call. I said it so many times that I didn't want to come out sounding fake, but exactly what you said. You know, this is my childhood, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of us grew up on this, watching cartoons on. For me, it was Sundays. You know, just watching this happen right in front of me, and then, you know, kind of like also watching the movie, right? I think the movie was a scarring moment for a lot of like older fans like me. I mean, dude, like some guy gave me. I'm not sure you guys know this, but did you know that after the movie, I think people actually complained to Hasbro.
Why?
Right. Because that movie really screwed up the kids. It screwed up the kids, right? So because of that, subsequently, like there were a lot of like in G.I. Joe and a lot of the other Hasbro property, supposedly some of the other properties, right? They couldn't make like this kind of like big hero die, you know. So
originally in the G.I. Joe one, I think Flint or one of the main guys was supposed to die, and they changed the movie up. So
something like that, yeah. And it was because of this, right? Apparently, I mean, this is of course, you know, hearsay, right? But this is what I heard. like that someone actually complained, like, because it was so scarring to his kids. I mean, and yeah, I think I can relate to that, you know. I mean, I was a kid, dude. Like watching Optimus die, yeah, that was not cool, not cool at all.
Awesome.
At least he come back.
Well, yeah.
How about you, Vision? Like, do you see this joining your collection? Like, I know you collect like one-offs and everything. But,
I like dioramas. I haven't seen this video. I like this video though. This video shows it pretty well. I remember when Diane was in San Diego, he sent me pictures, and I think you sent me pictures too as well. DM me. I was like, wow, before it was even painted and stuff like that. I have a question. What material is it made out of though? Is it polystone or is it like?
Yeah, I think I can take that. So materials, of course, it's polystone, and it will be a mix between. We'll have a little bit of ABS and metal as well. I think for metal, we can go and we cover the customization, but basically anything that is plated will potentially, highly likely, will made it in metal. So yeah, there'll be a lot of materials, including clear as well, for the light up features. But the main one should be polystone.
Yeah, I like the size. I like how it's compact. It doesn't take that much room, but it does tell a story. And I'm a big person. That's why my name is Vision. Your Vision. I like to tell a story. And like you said, you have those Easter eggs. So now I want to look and find them all. It just gives you something to do. Like you said, it's a conversation. I really think this thing needs to be on a turntable.
Yeah,
I try to put most of my statues if I can on tables so I can see the whole 360, so people can see it. You know, until I can't have no more space, then they gotta switch together.
Just a heads up, I got the as for the notes, the height is 27 inches, the width is 19 inches, and the depth is 20.1 inches. So, in case you guys are interested in adding this to like one of the shelves.
I had a question. I seen that on the like the pre-order or whatever that you guys have the ES is like what 100 and something.
Just 101.
101. Are you guys planning to keep the ESs that small? Like is that like a normal thing, or is it?
So you mean for the future releases, or for this?
For future releases,
right. So for future releases, we'll try to keep it as low as we can, because our commitment is, of course, first in quality, and which is why the Transformers is such a low quantity, because we want to present the best for the collectors, right? In terms of the thoughts behind the pieces, and then the engineering, and then the QC. So all this adds up into like making things in a smaller batch. But of course, the number will not be the same. So the exact number of edition size will be determined for each pieces, because we are bound to licensor and areas as well. We will vary, but will not produce it in 1,000 or like 5,000 pieces. Example, we try to keep it small quantity with highest quality possible.
Yeah, I really enjoy the smaller ESs on stuff, because it helps with the I say making it feel like more special, like because there's only so many in the world, so
yeah,
it helps with the collectability of it, so
yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I think with something that at this price and also at this scale, we wanted fans to have a piece, that they could, safely buy and be assured that there would be, at least some kind of value in the secondary market, right?
Yeah.
Because if I did like 1,000 of these, then it's but
you're flooding the market at that point of with this.
Yeah, I mean, with 100 pieces, I'm pretty sure. I mean, like, just personally, I feel that this will definitely have some value in the secondary market, and you'll be able to pass it on to other folks who are fans too. So yeah, I think that was something on our minds. I mean, as you guys know, when we make statues, we need to think about the economics at the same time to make sure that the cost makes sense, right? Because this piece itself is pretty complex to produce. So cost wise, it's high. It's much higher than than the average statue. So I think that's something that we have to factor in. And to your question, I think with subsequent pieces, depending on the complexity, depending on kind of like the price point and also the license that we have, we'll try and make sure that we vary it across. But we are trying to avoid going into like mass volumes, right? So I think for us, keeping the ES low is a priority, and then but of course then something has to give, right? So the price might be a little higher than market.
Okay, so if you don't mind, that kind of segue, I was going to hit you with that question because I saw that was in the chat. But to segue into another question that one of the viewers had on here, or more so a comment. When you guys come up with your pricing or the development costs and so forth, are you taking into account? There's a lot of concern amongst not just the statue community, but the world in general today. I mean, to keep politics out of it, the economy is bad, and we all know that. And folks are struggling. Statue companies are struggling. Collectors are struggling. But are you guys taking that, I guess, into consideration when you come up with your pricing? Do you think the pricing is competitive, and how do you think that your price might impact the sales of your piece?
So this was okay. So this is something that we thought through quite hard, because I mean, like, we don't just splash a $4,000 piece right on the market without thinking through this, right? So I think firstly, the cost of the overall item itself for us to produce was a key factor, right? So we definitely want to make sure that we know what the cost is, and it's there. At the same time, for us, we wanted to also be able to take away one of the biggest pains for a lot of statue collectors, which is shipping. Right, so we have also tried to factor in shipping globally, for this particular piece into our overall estimations, right? And then finally, we also looked at the market, right? We look at other statues at this scale, at different levels of complexity, and we look at the price points, and I think we came to a point which was pretty fair. So what I did on the floor was I asked, folks who are collectors, all that, how much do you think a piece like this will cost, right? And of course, the ranges came out anywhere from 3,000 to 10,000, right? Because I think I think statue collectors would have an idea of what something like this would cost. You do see like 5 distinct figures up front, one very massive piece at the back, and you do have a huge ship right at the bottom. So I think price-wise, with based on kind of like what we see in the market and comparing it across, we do feel that this is a pretty fair price point, right? If you want to go crazy and add in all the customizations, which is what we'll talk about next, then definitely it's going to go up quite a bit. But that's an option for you. So I hope that answers the question. We tried our best to make it competitive within the market, within a range that we could accept internally.
Okay, and before we go on to the customizations, another question from the community, not in this particular chat, but from the Facebook groups, is will you be planning on selling this outside of Superkraft, or will it be sideshow, spec fiction, things like that?
So for now, we do have a global license for Transformers, right, which means that we can actually sell direct to anyone globally, right? So I think like the initial phase of the sales, we are going direct to all customers, right? And that's something that we wanna try and do as much as possible, just because it's not a lot of pieces, right? It's only 100 pieces, So I think for us, being able to do that direct with the customers, being able to deal with the customer service, and any kind of issues that customers face along the way, I think that will be important for us.
Really quick, I want to follow up on a couple things. Mr. Kennedy asked, how many boxes do you guys think this will ship in? That's what everyone's
Martin,
always worried about.
that's you, bro.
Yeah, we are looking to make this as simple as we can, but it's still a big piece. And our top priority is, of course, to secure the pieces as much as we can, and then make it survive all kind of shipment. So in terms of shipment, it's already covered, by the way. But in terms of boxes, we are looking into 2 for the pieces.
Just a heads up again, if you guys didn't hear that, like shipping is already included with this whole thing. So
Man, I read that. I got tagged like 10 times.
yeah, so that's what Vision is known for. He's been asking for free shipping since like he's been conceived.
Day one.
Yeah. Let's see. So one quick follow-up before we get into the additions or Superkraft is a newish. This is by Funky Viking. Superkraft is a newish company, and from your site, seems like you've made a bold move to include a raffle for a rare edition. How does that work?
Yeah, I guess I can take this. We have a one-of-a-kind edition, or we call it 101, basically. So what this brings is any purchase will enter a free chance to win this version, and it will come with all customized parts fully applied. And then with this pedestal, on the left it's the statue title, of course, and on the right is the edition size. But it also comes with a free everything included original illustration by this artist. His name is Hector. Now, Hector is known for doing a watercolor illustration of robots. And we at Superkraft love his work. And as you can see, you will get the original piece. So in the spirit of 101 or 1 of 1, we'll give you the original illustration without any copy being made. So you'll receive this as part of the package as well. Another thing is the logo for the Autobot for the 101 edition. Actually, it will come with a 1984 colorway. So if you see the old classic cartoon, right, you'll see that the logo is actually a gradient of blue, white, and red metallic. So we want to make the 101 version slightly different by color it differently. And yeah, apart from that, I think if you see in the first image, actually you also will receive Vector Sigma key holder. I think Victor have teased this earlier, that Vector Sigma, what is it? It's like a supercomputer basically which gives life to the Cybertronian. And the Vector Sigma key is the remote control that will turn this statue on for the lighter features. Where do you keep the key? Inside the Vector Sigma, because in the cartoon, as you might know, the key actually activates the Vector Sigma in one of the 2 episodes that Victor had mentioned. So this is also one of the Easter egg that turns into something functional that we try to put. There are few other Easter eggs that we can cover as well if you guys are interested. Or if I'm getting too boring, right, you guys can stop me anytime because I keep on talking forever. So
Diana looked hard on this thing.
You said what?
I know Diane want this. He like, man, so how can I get this? All I gotta do is buy 80 of them, right?
Man, I love that color wave side of the Optimus there, the option.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so I think apart from this, of course, the Vector Sigma key or the remote control basically comes with every orders. So regardless of 101 edition or customization, you'll get the Vector Sigma key as a remote control. But for the other parts like the key holder and the pedestal, you can customize it basically, so you can also get it without the 101. But the 101 version will come with the illustration and then with this special pack. Basically, that's the raffle.
So Diane, you can also get the faceplate as a customization on your own piece, right? And that
Yeah.
can be the only thing that you change. So yeah, so I think like that's
perfect.
kind of like what we're talking about in terms of being able to make this piece yours, right? Something that because not every fan wants to top up or pay too much for all these weird customizations, right? So like anyone who wants to do different things, they can just top up whatever they're comfortable with.
And I should just add also for the customization, it will be precious materials. So it will be gold plated, platinum plated, and of course crystal for the matrix core. And it is up to you basically. If you like the basic version, you can go with that. But if you like something more more shiny basically, then you can go with the customization. As for the logo, for the customized version of the logo, it will be in rose gold. So this colorway, the 84 logo colorway, is exclusive to 101 version.
Real quick follow up on a couple questions. Jojo is asking, will they make single characters?
We got this a lot. We got this question a lot during the convention. The honest truth is I don't know. So Martin, do you have an idea, an answer?
I will. Well, I want to say I don't know, but here's my thoughts, right? I mean, we want to make a best representation of the characters. So, if we are doing a single characters, it will be done in a way that is not currently available in the market. It could be like in a different scene, in a different composition. It could tell a different story, because I think there are so many other single characters out there, and we at SuperCraft we want to be a little bit different. So we'll consider everything, of course, including single characters. That's the short answer.
Awesome. I feel like a lot of people are like not tired of it, but like museum pose or dynamic pose, there has to be something more like more out there. Like especially like Jar had mentioned, like diorama pieces is what he likes, and I think I think the more you put into these statues like recently, the more people are like invested in it now, because like they want a little bit more for their money now, because it's not extending as it used to. But one more question is this piece in production now, or are you guys waiting to see if people pre-order first?
Yeah, so this piece is currently in prototype stage, but I think as usual after the pre-orders we'll go into a process called pre-production. That's where we going to improve things. Example like the light up features and the electronics will improve that, as well as the stability of the statue itself. So once all these steps are done, right, then we'll go into full production. So there are steps to be followed here. And then at the moment, we are still at the pre-order and prototype stage.
Awesome. Douchebag is asking, an access code seems to be required on Supercraft's website. That's just because right now it's not even on pre-order mode right now, right? Or
just type in #free shipping.
So actually last night, I mean to answer Douchebag, so last night we actually sent out a code to everyone who was on the mailing list. Right, so there is an access code for folks to be able to enter the site early to make their purchases before the public launch in the next 12 hours. So it is open as long as you can get access to the code. You'll be able to get in and make your purchase right now.
Awesome.
Is there an estimated like ship date for this?
Estimated ship date is Q4 next year. I think we put it in our website as well. And but I mean, we will always update everyone who ordered by our mailing list. So if you order it, you're automatically included in. But if you're not, you can subscribe into our mailing list, and over there we'll give information about what's going on, what's the next releases, some teasers, or maybe like the early releases, maybe some unique code that you can use to order it early, something like that.
Awesome. Well, do you guys have any other questions for these guys for Transformers? Like, I'm gonna get to community questions in a little bit. Like, I did put out there, like if anyone had questions for Supercraft, and see if you guys could help us out with some of them. But Dion, Jarhead, or Vision, or Rashid, if you guys have any questions on Transformers.
The statue you showed at the Comic-Con, was it like the basic version, or was it any extras on that that prototype? Like the blue
That's the
crystal,
basic version.
That's the basic version.
Basic version? Okay.
Yeah. That's going to be the basic version. And everything else will be an add-on on top of that.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it now because I was VIP and got that code and then bypassed
Look, dude, I can't share the code, but hey man, I can't stop you from sharing the code.
There you go. There you go.
I'll give you the code for a fee, Vision. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm already on the site. VIP, boss.
I was going to ask you guys if you guys want me to go to the website and show the prices, or you guys want to hold off on the prices until tomorrow.
I think we can share the prices here since we're all on already, and there's already I mean like like they have already been purchases made, so we're happy to kind of run through if you want to get on the site.
I got it. Yep.
Yep. If you want to use it, okay.
I got it. Oh, if you got it, yeah, you got it. This is from Vision. So Vision, thanks, man. So right now the price is at regular is $3,999 includes free shipping.
Yeah.
There you go.
So 30% of that is $1,200, guys. If you guys don't know the math. Oh, it's right here. Yeah.
Just calculate it real fast.
So then you'll see like with all the components that can be customized, you can actually just select it or the customized version. Yeah, and then so if you fully load it, it should be somewhere in the region of I think 6,800.
I think it's 6,989 or something like that. Was it?
Yeah, so it should be around like I think 6,700 ish. I think that if I remember correctly.
So is that be 100 ES and then the plus one is the free the whoever won whoever's doing the thing. So okay. So question
like okay.
Speaking, if I put the RD down and I win and I get that for free, but I can still but I still have to purchase the regular one. Is that what you're saying, or what I'm purchasing would just be the one that I got the 101?
So it's the second one, what you said. So your purchase will be converted into a one.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's the one thing that people are not clear about. There's only going to be 100 pieces for sale, right? But one of the 100 pieces will be the 101. And then we'll get upgraded into the 101, so you get the 101 instead of whatever you ordered.
Awesome. I don't think any other company has done that, and I think like that's an awesome incentive. Even if you're like if you're already buying one, like there's like that chance, right? There's that one chance.
Dude, they won't even let me have the 101, man.
I know. I was gonna ask. I was like, can we get one?
Like what?
It's almost like a artist proof with like everything on there, like your showpiece.
Yeah.
So it's funny because I follow a lot of groups, and a lot of not a lot. I would say up to 5 people already said they secured one. So like, there's 95 left now. Out of the ones I don't know.
A little less than that. So
what? Yeah, that's good, man. That's awesome. That's good news.
Yeah, it was pretty quick when we opened because we were all monitoring the site, and oh wow, okay, yeah, it was pretty good.
I'm sure that makes you all want to fast forward the Decepticons. Just a heads up. But
does the light up pulsate? Does this pulsate or does it just stay on like that?
So right now we're working with the engineering on kind of like the different types of lights. Someone asked the same question. So for now, the lights glow at the front and the back. We're testing to see if we can add different types of effects into it, and whether they will overcomplicate the lights. So yeah, it's possible, but for now, what we minimally guarantee is that it will light up in the way that you see it today, like a flat light, not pulsating and no rhythms out of it. But it's something that we are working with the engineering team on in terms of being able to do like different light effects. So someone asked me the same question during the con. That's kind of like what we're doing today.
Awesome. Well, I guess in case anyone's interested, like the prices right there that you see on the screen says gold plated, platinum plated, USD 199. These are, like you said, precious metals. They're not polystone, they're not resin, they're legit like gold pieces or whatever, right?
Yes, they are basically plated gold, and yeah, the complexity comes from the production of this plating method, right? So we have to go with a different material to plate it into this piece, and even some pieces like the logo actually have multiple pieces that we have to work with. So yes.
This is one of our guys in Australia. He's always asking the tough questions. Luke's asking, can it play the song?
Dude, so
Well, we can
some
help it.
some guy came to me and asked like, can he speak? Like, can it be like a Alexa, and speak to me with Peter McCullen's voice? I'm like, dude, I have to pay Peter McCullen a lot of money for that, man. Yeah, but the song. I mean, like, hey, man.
Jarhead and Diane bought this, and then like let's say which one ever got like the special added on, they'll be clowning all week. Well, yeah, yours is basic.
Yeah.
I have a gold bumblebee.
So I know you guys can't say like what else is coming up and you're working on, so I'm not going to go there, Victor. But I know you said you guys have worked on or Martine, maybe, I don't know if you helped Victor, but Martine, you mentioned you also worked on Dark Phoenix. Are there any other couple like statues you can tell us that you worked on to kind of help figure out like where your vision might be going or what your style is?
I think in the past, right, I did few works for XM and a bit for Prime One as well. So those companies have different styles, right? But for Supercraft, we do have our own style, which is like you can see here. It's a bit more cinematic. It's gonna be a classic and an evergreen IP. Then it's gonna come with customization or things that makes the piece unique, like the Easter eggs. And for me, moving forward, that's gonna be the style for Supercraft. That means whatever you see from us in the upcoming products, right, it will reflect this, core values that we want to bring back the memories. Basically, it's like a love letter for the fans. So once you see our pieces, we hope that it can evoke the same emotion, like what we have when we watch the shows or read the comics. So yeah, that's basically the idea behind this.
Awesome.
One other question that I have too, when you see it in person, it deceptively, and maybe I'm wrong and it's not deceptively. It deceptively looks as if there's like a million pieces to put together. How complex of a assembly is this?
So this will be a part of engineering process that we will go through after the pre-order or prototyping basically finished. So what you see, I think there are some posts showing that the pieces lay down on a table. That will not be the final pieces. Whatever will come to the collector's hand is going to be simplified as much as we can to first make the assembly easier and then avoid breakage. So things like arms or hands might be glued together, and since this is prototype, this kind of changes in the factory will be done to make sure that we have a solid product in your hand. Yes, so on our end we try to minimize the pieces as much as we can while still maintaining the integrity of the piece.
Keep those boxes at 2, please. That's all I could say. 2 or 1.
Storage problem.
Yeah. So next topic I have is community questions for Supercraft. But do you guys have any other questions for Martine or Victor for this Transformers piece? It's a great piece. Like we got to see it twice. Like once at San Diego, once at New York. It has a lot of presence, like Mr. X doesn't like. But also seeing it like and being there with Victor, him like nerding out about this piece, like it was cool to see. It's just something I don't think we've seen before in the statue community. Like we're starting to see more of these dioramas being set like with other companies, but there's a cool depiction of like how like nostalgia and just Transformers. You know, people. I can hear the theme song right now and just like enjoy this a lot. But I'm sure a lot of people are gonna add this to the collection. I know Dion. He mentioned he got the email, and I was like, Dion already pre-ordered it. I bet. But
I haven't pulled the trigger.
What if you pre-order
I'll tell you
and your
what, if I
mind,
get
you want to add on?
Yeah.
Can you do that later? Would you be able to add on later if you pre-order? Let's say like you pre-order just basic, right? Something that
that's a good
that's
question.
something that a lot of people might do. And then later on, like you know what? I want Grimlock to be gold plated. Would you be able to add that on later before production? Like, or what's a cutoff month, or do you have to have it set day of pre-order?
Yeah, I think we'll just produce whatever the pre-orders shows. So unfortunately, after the orders, it's a bit difficult for us to change anything because we will just go straight to the what you choose. And yeah, this adds a bit of complexity in terms of QC as well, because we need to make sure that the right order goes to the right person, because all of these are might be different. And in terms of the variation or permutation, I think there are hundreds variation that can happen with this. So yeah, we'll try to make sure that it will be accurate.
Awesome. Well, hope to see more. Like, I'm sure, like, so in case no one heard, like, the pre-orders tonight in 12 hours, I think you said. Is it 10
Yeah,
hours?
12 hours, exactly 12 hours from now.
Oh, yes,
Totally.
exactly.
One
At
question
9 a.m.
I see,
Eastern time,
I
I
see
think, correct?
different. The lighting in the back is different from the promotional pictures. Is that going to be a white crystal, or is it going to be yellow?
Yes.
Question.
So the correct color should actually be like a dim yellow, like a yellow,
Okay.
just because the stand itself, the booth had this box which had white lights, so it looks
Yeah.
white, so it overpowered kind of like the really, like, because the light itself is not meant to be a bright yellow light, it's just kind of
Okay.
meant to be like a
a
dim yellow
dull?
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it should not be a white crystal looking like the Sigma.
Yeah, because I was just wondering. I saw the promotional pics and then this.
Yeah.
And I was just
Yeah. We couldn't change the lights on the stand though, so this is the best we could do.
got you.
Yeah. So which we will improve on the lighting. But yeah, I mean, just about the Easter eggs, I think you can see that apart from I'm passionate about this. So of course you can see that there's the arc below the robots, right? So if you'll see the cartoon, of course you know that it's basically is the base for all the Autobots. It's a plane that crash landed on Earth and then started this whole cartoon show. So apart from that, of course, the matrix itself, if you can see in front, there's two matrix. One is being lifted by Rodimus, and then second is inside Optimus' chest, transitioning into the core of Cybertron. So we had a lot of fun basically during the sculpts and the paints. And for the planet, the Cybertron planet itself, you can see that there's small details that show that those are actually buildings which are connected by roads, mimicking a circuitry in the electronic board. So there's like small copper line all around the planets to show that it's actually a live planet with a lot of details. So yeah, I think some other images probably in the website will show these details. Yeah, just small details that hopefully fans will catch up on.
What
Yeah,
is the method of lighting this? Is this a electric, like one
or
AC
battery or
adapter,
USB.
or yeah?
It's going to be powered by USB-C. So we are looking on the best way to wire it to make sure that the experience is great for everyone when they receive it.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, let's get.
And there's one more Easter egg that I share with you guys that just from this picture you can see, which is there are traces of Unicron, within the building itself, right? So I think that's something that I think fans will catch up on, or will kind of like catch immediately once they look at this picture. You can see kind of like the edges blending in with Unicron, and kind of like all the little wings coming out. And that's something that we wanted to put into the picture, into the concept, without overpowering the fact that this is actually an Autobot statue. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to get to some community questions that I put out there. So, really quick on these, what is customer support like at Supercraft? A lot of the times, like when a lot of collectors receive, statues, like it's part of like the process of receiving a statue, right? Sometimes it's broken, sometimes it's like hey, I'm missing a piece, like I don't know how, but it happens, whatever. What's customer support like at Supercraft?
For direct communication, I think you can reach out to our customer service at enquiries@supercraftlab.com. Then someone should be able to help for any particular, if you need some help, even for the sales, there should be someone replying to you there. For feedbacks, for in terms of designs, you can always go to our Facebook or Instagram page, leave us a message there. Then we'll read it, and then we'll see if there's anything we can improve on.
I mean, all the feedback and all the questions are monitored by the team. It's we know everyone on the team, so it's our own team based in Singapore. So like any kind of questions that go into the emails, whether it's the DMs, we'll try our best as much to answer it. We have so our team is also monitoring some of the statue forums to make sure that we get as many of your questions answered. There are a lot of forums, guys, so we're focusing on just the bigger ones. So we will try as best as possible to answer as many questions and also any kind of like purchase related issues, and then post receiving the item, customer service wise, it's going to be the same format, being able to talk to us on the forums or even on direct by email.
Awesome.
Yeah, and to add, these kind of talks are actually nice to connect with everyone, to hear what everybody thinks about our piece. And overall, we're just happy to hear from you guys about this piece.
It's not too bad, right? There's not 50 Dions out there, right, Victor?
I mean, he's just tough love, man. But I know he's just about to click on the button, man.
Yeah,
just tough love, guys. I feel you.
One of our guys, his name is Buck Fangs. He had a couple of questions. He's asking, any plans for similar statues for different IPs? I think you guys did mention it. Like the future is little by little, but continuing on like on that speed. So I feel like you guys answer that.
Yeah. So I think like a statue. I think we do have a pipeline for sure. I think like Martin wouldn't have a job if if he didn't have any other designs ready. So definitely, we do have a bunch of exciting ones. I think the next one in line, you guys have probably seen pictures of it floating around, right? So Brian.
Brian Wong with the super chat of 20 SGD. Thanks, Brian. Hey, what's up, Brian? That's a ModuCase right there. ModuSpace right there.
Awesome.
Brian's the founder of ModuCase, guys. Best case display company for you guys.
Yeah.
So but back to kind of like what I was saying just now. What was I saying? The pipeline. Yeah. So I think you guys know the next upcoming piece. There's been pictures shown around. I don't know how much Martin want to share. Martin, you wanna share a bit of this?
Yeah, for sure. I guess.
So it's just that we have just a little tease for you guys, like.
Yes, I do have. So I mean, yes, it will be, of course, back to Gotham City, right? I'm sure there's a lot of fans of this IP as well. So it's gonna be Batman, and then it's gonna revolve around. There you go. It's gonna revolve around the origin story of like what makes Batman. It's basically a similar story that is being told many times in the comic, in the cinema, but very seldom I feel represented in a statue form. So there are two things here. Basically, what I want to do is what we want to do, which is first representing how the story starts, and then second is showing the logo or the symbol. There's a lot of symbolism here. So what's the symbol of Batman? Of course, the bats. And the silhouette of the bat forms the bat logo. So that's what the bats are doing here. It's transforming into the bat logo. Working with the logo as well as the origin story, we feel like we have something strong to present and something different as well. And there'll be a lot of Easter eggs as well in here, so I'm not gonna spoil everything, but you kind of see already a little bit. But just a little bit of info. This will also come right after Transformers. So currently we are preparing everything. So the scale will be quarter scale, and then it will also be in a limited edition size, which the actual number will let everyone know closer to the date. So that's about it.
Well, quarter scale. I always thought this was gonna be third scale, but that's like an interesting quarter
Third
scale.
cool. Yeah, quarter scale's cool,
Yeah,
too.
but
the fact that you said that which I didn't even notice until you said it, that it's basically the bat symbol, you know.
Well, you're not a real Batman fan. I noticed that right away, though. So.
I mean, I'm an X-Men guy mostly. X-Men, Transformers, G.I. Joe, all that. Not a Batman, but I think that's amazing. The fact that that's there.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
I already got a plan for this. Is this now? I know I might sound like I'm joking, but this will be free shipping too.
Jesus.
Usually, like, trust me, they get me. Like, I'm talking about companies.
I told you, man. That's his hashtag. That's his hashtag.
Oh yeah, I see it, dude. Free shipping. Did you get free shipping from Maestro?
Yeah, right.
Actually, I wish.
I mean, we're gonna try our best to make sure that we sustain this free shipping kind of like feature, right? I mean, as far as we know it, I'm not making any guarantees, but but highly likely, we'll try to keep to that. Yeah, unless like shit breaks out and things change, but generally that should be how we're gonna approach this.
Now, customers that want it quicker, can they opt to? I'm assuming your free shipping is standard boat or.
Yeah, standard. It'll be standard. I think probably sea-based shipping.
Okay. Can customers upgrade it if they want, or that's not an option?
Good question.
I think for the sake of simplicity, right, we don't offer that for now, and that you can check in our FAQ section actually that after it goes into the sea shipment, we'll have warehouses in countries like UK or like Singapore, of course. Then from that we will spread the deliveries to your doorstep. So this also made happen because we are partnering with MJ that has many years of experience in logistics. So that's something that we want to tap into or like work together.
Yeah, so I mean, just to clarify that, Mighty Jacks has a distribution network globally, right? We do have distribution centers in the US and in Europe, right? So what's going to happen is we're going to try our best to make sure that we get the goods into these DCs first, right? And then we'll fulfill it locally to you guys directly. Right, so that's kind of like how we're gonna do it. Being able to upgrade is something that we're working on. Not too sure if that's gonna be 100% possible, but for now, I'll just say no. But it's something that we're working on.
Okay.
So you're not gonna be able to get before me, Dion.
I'm an history collector. Okay. I'm an history collector.
You're not gonna be able to get it before me, Dion. Don't even try.
It's important that you work on that extra shipping.
If the price is right, I'm 100% to get that back.
Yeah, you guys are competitive, man.
Yeah, I told you, man. Every single show, it's always like this. It's like kids like talk to each other again. Buck actually had a follow-up. He says, after this, what skill will you be primarily working on? Are you going to bounce around, or people can expect the majority of your pieces to scale well together, like the Transformers? I'm guessing the Decepticon one, if you guys do make a Decepticon one, it's going to be the same scale. And the Bat one, like, is that going to continue to be quarter scale, or are you guys going to jump to 1/3, or how are you guys looking at that right now?
I think for this question, we'll try our best to be consistent within ourselves. If we are starting a line, then we'll continue with similar fashion throughout the line. For Transformers, which is a diorama, well, it's technically a non-scale. We'll make sure that if there's a consecutive diorama for Transformers, it's going to scale perfectly with the first one, so on and so forth. But in terms of committing into a specific scale, right? Well, my answer is probably we'll do the best scale that represent the story that we want to tell, whether it be small or big, quarter or 1/3. As long as you can tell the story that we want to present to everyone, then that would be the way to go for us.
Awesome. Yeah, that'd
That
be
makes
awesome.
sense.
Yep. One last question from the same guy, Buck Fangs. He's asking, do you guys do you guys believe, or are you guys gonna do with any of your statues variants? As you guys probably know, there's other companies that've been doing variants. Like, they'll release this Optimus, but the 2 weeks later or 1 month later after pre-order, they do a silver version or like a like a black and white version. Are you guys gonna look at that as an option for you guys, create variants?
I think variants in terms of customized areas, yes, during the release.
Yep.
After the release, we'll probably not gonna touch it anymore, because I think there's a lot of other field to work with, not the same thing that we already have finished. So we are focusing on more new things instead of a different colorway. Let's say it all has to come in the same time, which is during the pre-order. And
I mean, you guys got variants anyways. The whole thing is a variant. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Customization.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think for this piece, definitely, we were trying to make sure that we maintain the value of the statue, especially the point of releasing 100 was to make it limited, right? So yeah, and based on the number of variants people actually create, then it'll be even more limited. So I think that's something we want to stick to. Future pieces, sometimes companies create variants because they don't have licenses in different regions, in different countries. So they might do like collaborations with other statue distributors or partners that actually have these licenses, and they may create variants as a result of that. So that's something that we could potentially look at. But I think for us, for now, definitely we're going to try and stick to this piece being, a non-variant piece, just unique by itself. And I think that was the point of doing the 100. So
yeah, it's good. It'd be a good test run. It sounds like it's selling, so it's like we'll definitely. I'm looking forward to like that Batman and everything else you guys release with that. But yeah, that's the last of his questions. But one question I missed during the chat, but I saved it. Gotham Cinnabites is asking, any other licenses in the works? I can only imagine how awesome a Batman Who Laughs bust with all the Dark Knight's metal characters as the Dio. I don't know if you guys know this guy, but yeah, he's one of our guys that just collects the Batman Who Laughs Dark Knight metals characters, and he has a whole wall full of them. So awesome collection. Yeah, 1/3 wall just full of that character.
Oh,
so.
shit.
Yeah.
I personally am a big fan of Batman as well, and I work for some of the Dark Knight's metal pieces, including Batman Who Laughs, and then the Drown and everything. But yeah, I guess it goes down into our philosophy. Is it something that is people that a lot of people wants to see? Basically, is it something that evergreen and connects to you deeply with your nostalgia or like your childhood? So if it touch that criteria, then we'll go that way. And I think if the IP is slowly becoming, or the brand or the character slowly becoming towards that direction, then yes, I think we'll never say no to those.
Awesome. Jarhead, Dion, Vision, or Rashid, do you guys got any questions for these guys? I know Rashid's a quiet type, so he's
he's nervous when I'm on.
Yeah, so he's always nervous all the time. So
how heavy is a piece? I don't know. We talked about the weight. Is it like what's the weight on the piece?
It'll be pending because we might have a few metal rods or like reinforcement pieces inside. So I can't tell you the weight of the final product, but I think for the prototype is easily gonna be like almost 10-15 kilograms.
Let me convert that really quick.
Let me Google that.
Yeah, I got it.
So it's about maybe like 35, 40 pounds.
You can make mine. You can make
Yeah,
mine like
30,
500. Make sure you make jar heads a little bit 150. That's the max.
Let's see. Jesus.
Well, that's it. That's what I had for community questions. I just want to give a special shout out to Martin and Victor. Thank you, Supercraft. Thank you guys for answering all those questions. I know it felt probably like too many questions, and
Oh, it's all
you
good,
know,
man.
Yeah,
No, it's all good.
you
Yeah,
guys
we are
were
happy.
open to it. Yeah, thank you guys so much. You guys have any questions for these guys, or you guys have any follow up with these guys before we get out of here, or?
No, just thank you for not like shying away from something.
Yeah, definitely that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I mean, for us, we wanna. I mean, you guys have met us. We want to be, as open throughout the process as possible, right? And I think we're new, right? So we want to make sure that also we make more friends in the community. And I think if you guys have great ideas, great suggestions, any kind of feedback, right? We'd be more than happy to take those. Right, and then improve on our own processes. It's as I said, it's a small team, right? We want to do this for the fans because we are fans ourselves. So yeah, we'd love to take in any kind of positive or constructive comments that you guys may have. Please feel free to shoot us with those.
Thank you so much. Yep. Awesome. Well, Martin, do you have any final thoughts before we get out of here? Before we wrap up and everything?
Yeah, I mean, I just appreciate everyone's time, and thanks for the excitement as well. And we'll just try our best to channel our geekness into these products. And yeah, anytime if you guys maybe want to do this kind of chat again in the future, then you can just hit us up, and we'll find some time to have this kind of discussion. Or if you guys come into any of the cons where we are there, and by all means, please look for Victor or me.
Yeah. We got Art the statue collector over there, so we'll send that guy whenever he's free.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So Vision, you got any final thoughts before we get out of here, man?
No, I love you. Thanks for even bringing the Batman piece. I think is really nice to see that as well. At least I know what's coming up next as well. So I love everything you guys do so far. Keep going.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Guys.
How about you, Dion? You got any final thoughts?
No, just thank you guys for your time and coming in and being cool to talk to at the cons and full of information. So I appreciate it.
Yep. Jarhead doesn't collect statues, but we still invited him. But
hey man, that lamp must be a collector piece, man.
Yeah.
It must be something beneath it that we're not seeing. I think it's hiding it, man.
It's very expensive lamp. No, but thank you guys for coming on. We appreciate you guys talking with us about the statue and everything you guys talked about.
Yep. Jarhead usually talks more crap, but I guess he's being a gentleman today.
I'm being nice tonight.
Thank you.
Rashid, how about you, man? Any final thoughts? I know you're quiet and everything, but
No, I'm good. Bro.
All right, you guys. Victor, Martin, I'm going to end the show, but you guys can stay backstage. But everyone in the chat, there was 60 people at once, so it was pretty cool. But you guys have a great rest of your night, and have a great peace.
Thanks,
guys. Take care.
See you guys.